Hey, how's it going, everybody? Doing a video out here this time, so got the senior citizen backdrop. Otherwise, got some more games to show and a new retro system to add to my collection that's boxed. Only missing one part. I think this is something to where they had this one and then the previous one, and they switched out some parts. Otherwise, really good condition. I'm thinking this was adult owned. So, anyways, show the games here first. PS3 and PS4 stuff. A couple more VR games to the collection. One VR game I just got, so I've only played it a little bit in VR just to make sure it worked for a damn good reason, because it kind of pissed me off. Has to do with downloading, and I only have 250 gigabytes of download allowance through Sudden Stink. So anytime I gotta download something that's a big file for no freaking reason, it ticks me off. So show that one last on this pile. Otherwise, got this one at Goodwill, and I'll give you guys a little hint on what saved my ass, because I was getting sick of it. I was to the point where, screw this goddamn game, I'll just play through the regular mode again. This has to do with just DLC that came with it, which is included on disc. I didn't have to download anything. That's what's cool. It's all on disc. But man, just getting my ass kicked over and over and over. Then finally I found a good hiding spot. So anyways, got the Game of the Year edition of Dead Island. And I wanted to try this Rider White episode. And it's got some parts, man. You really got to be sneaky. I mean, they got dudes hidden all over the place that will just jump out and just waste you. Anyways, for anybody that's played it and had a hard time, I think it was a gas station or whatever that you end up at, and you're waiting for the helicopter to come in and evacuate you. So you're up on top of the gas station building, and then you got the parking lot with some busted up cars and stuff. Some of them, like some buses, have ramps going up on them. Utilize that. It will save you when you're being chased back to the helicopter. And then you got the usual barrels that explode and some propane canisters here and there that you can just toss where you want them to blow up the zombies. I was trying to do that at first, man, and they are chasing you down so freaking hard. As soon as you go to aim at one, they are in your face, so you end up just blowing yourself up. So anyways, the way I was able to get through that was, we were up on the building, run off the building, start heading out into the parking lot area, just straight ahead, and then when you get to the buildings and stuff where you can't go any further, start heading to the right until you get to a barricade. And the area I found that seemed to be pretty freaking safe to where they can get at me. They were still running at me, but they couldn't get me, so I was just sniping them off. It's kind of like you got the main barricade, and then there's a pile of rubble, like crates and stuff, that you can stand on and get up nice and high. And then there's just a little bit of a fence area in front of that, so you're kind of just wedged in between those two areas, and they're coming around the corner to get you. So I was able to stay there and just keep sniping them off. And if it gets to the point where there's no zombies coming at you, you can just jump off, run out until they start swarming you again, and then just keep running back and forth until you get them. And then once you see that helicopter land, haul ass towards the bus that has the ramp on it, run up on that, let them chase you, jump off the bus, and then get back up on top of the building. And once you get to the helicopter, that's the end of that level. Man, it's a real bitch. Otherwise, there's a safe spot you guys can go to. So anyways, $4 at Goodwill. Worth every penny. These were great games on the PS3. Okay, let's see. Next one here. I've played this up to the point to where they're showing that you can jump off of any height and not die. It's like he kind of just goes into spirit mode before he lands. Otherwise, so far, this is a game I paid $5 at the pawn shop for, man. Worth every penny. Really good graphics. It is one that takes advantage of your PS4 Pro, which I don't have, but if you have an HDR enabled TV, which my own flat screen TV is, the graphics are just really freaking sharp, just freaking beautiful. And after the landing in this short little interrogation to find out where somebody or whatever is, the way he killed the dude, it's definitely violent. I mean, literally, I don't know if he grabbed him or just his head exploded using telepathic powers or whatever. Otherwise, this is Middle Earth, Shadow of War. He plays the guy in the middle there. Just really good graphics. Typical Lord of the Rings type game, man. Just really good graphics. Alright, now for the VR stuff. I had to get some medical type stuff from Amazon, so I was trying to get it built up to where I can get my free shipping and figured, screw it, I might as well order this, as I've only seen it at my GameStop once. I don't know why this game is so freaking scarce, other than it definitely good if you got a big room to play in, which I don't. I'd have to bring it out here and play it in the living room for it to work right, because you have to use the Move controllers in my bedroom because I've got piles of infinite shit everywhere. It was kind of like, can you rest me, Beth? It was funny. It's one where your arms are attached. You don't have that floating hand crap as you're playing as the skinny kid or whatever. Anyways, finally got a copy of Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. This is the complete edition. That includes the Tourist Edition, in-game bonuses, and the Meat Grinder update. So other than having a little bit of a hard time playing it, it's pretty freaking cool. It's pretty cool where you can just grab a zombie and just jam a knife into its head and whatnot. It utilizes a lot of stuff that's in your surroundings where you can pick up a brick and smack it into their head or throw it at them or whatever. So you got a lot of different things you can use as weapons, I guess. I've gotten up to the point to where I think it's the first mission, unless it just chooses different ones, but it's this lady that you run into once you get out of the little safe area where the bus is and stuff, where you change out your weapons or work on stuff. And I think she's wanting you to kill her husband for her because he's turned into a zombie. So you gotta go around the city there and find out where the husband is staying. It's a certain colored building while you have zombies walking around, and I ended up getting swarmed because all of a sudden I was fighting like this. So, like I say, man, that camera's got to see you perfect with them damned controllers, and it just doesn't work in there. Otherwise, good game as far as I'm concerned. Even on just regular PS4, man, it looks pretty damn good in VR. I'm impressed. So, just got to get into it some more, get some more stuff cleared in there. Otherwise, this is like $30 on Amazon. I can't remember if the one that I saw at GameStop was new or used or what. But it's around a $30 game. So if it's over $30, you're getting ripped off. As I bought this deal. So anyways, another good one. This one, I went through the tutorial in VR just to make sure it frickin' works. And this is what's crazy. And I'm sure a lot of you have had the same frickin' problem. So if you buy it and it doesn't work because you're just getting it for the VR, don't take it back. This is what you gotta do, I guess. Because I don't think it was my system screwing up. I gave it several chances, turning it on and off, doing this, doing that, whatever. And it just treated it like a regular old PS4 game. Anyways, this Hitman 3, VR mode included, on the cover there, in words, not on the frickin' disc. That was the problem. I had to update this, and it's like a 24, 25 gigabyte update in order to play this in VR. Why? if they say included, it should be on the goddamn disc already. You should be able to pop it in and play it in VR, and it wouldn't let me do that. I was doing everything they said to do. I even got online to see if I was just doing something wrong, and they say it's real easy. You're supposed to just pop in the disc, have your VR on, turn that on, and then when you start up the game for the story mode or whatever, you'll see the picture here, or not because of darkness imprisoning. Let me try this. That might help. Or snot. Okay, that helps very little. So much for that friggin' light. Anyways, you'll just see the picture of him that's just like the cover here, where he's got his gun up, and then right next to it for the VR mode, he's wearing the VR face mask. That's what it wasn't showing. It wasn't showing anything to do with it. So once I updated it, now it shows all this stuff for VR. Definitely do the tutorial like everybody says to do, because they change it up. And still new enough. Maybe they'll fix it in an update to where you can use the Move controllers, but right now you just have the standard controller. So it's kind of just got your arms out and use the light on the end of your standard controller to aim with. So you're doing a lot of this and whatnot. But kind of cool how they did it, where there's a lot of things that you can use to take somebody out. I mean, open world kind of, sort of. I've gotten up to the point to where you got to follow that first guy and then knock him out, kill him, whatever. I've done everything. Then try and hide him without anybody seeing you, as you got people around you in this building. And then take his clothing and whatnot and disguise yourself as him, and then still not be able to get up there because I keep wanting to take his weapons, and then I realized, oh, you got to stash the weapons in a trash can. So don't grab the weapons unless you can get to an area where you can stash them real easy. Just leave them laying there next to the corpse or whatever, and then try and get up to the room, because as soon as you got any weapons on you, they'll know it because they want to search you. Because you got to go up and find his lady or whatever escort to interrogate her or some other crap. Otherwise, cool enough. I'll play it some more when I feel like it and see how it is. Otherwise, this one I paid, God, close to $40 for it, man. It's what I've been wanting, and that's for used. It's still an expensive game, and I don't know why. And kind of like Saints and Sinners, just on the regular old PS4 Slim, it looks pretty damn good in VR. Didn't look bad at all, really. There's some to where you get that grainy texture or whatever, but it's usually in the intros now on some of the newer games, and then once you get the game going, that'll kind of go away. So at least they're trying to make it look better, as it is an older VR system. But after the BS that I went through on my Oculus Quest with one of the games a few days ago, I don't mind it being a little worse on graphics. I got it in my hand, not virtually. It's that damn thing. It's like every time the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge seems to need an update or whatever, or the system needs an update, you don't know if you want to update the game first or the system or whatever. I did both, and the game quit working to where I had to uninstall it and reinstall it, which takes away more of my freaking internet allowance. So it ticked me off. They seem to always screw it up on the updates. Otherwise, good game on the Quest. Alright. One more small thing to show you. Not a video game, but video game related. I found this at the swap meet for $5. The box is a little faded. I don't know if it's just from setting out in the sun or what, but it was still taped up. Mint condition in the box. I did open it and everything's just mint condition. None of the stickers have been put on. Just thought that was kind of cool for Star Wars. I don't remember them doing toys for this game. It must have been very few or something. Anyways, got a Star Wars Shadows of the Empire swoop toy. If kind of cool. This came out in, let's see, 96. One of the guys that I was getting stuff from, I ran into him again. I thought he just totally closed shop, but he's just there occasionally now. He's got a lot of freaking physical problems and stuff where he's back and forth to the doctors and hospital. So he's just open when he's open. And he closes really early. So I got lucky once and caught him on the way to the swap meet. And he's got a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff. It's just too freaking pricey. He had some of the figures back when it was still Kenner, where it's like the Barbie doll-sized ones that had clothing. Whole bunch of them. But it's like, nope, not going to pay $20 a piece for them. They're not worth that much, but they are cool. Otherwise, he said he had some vintage stuff that he was going to bring in from the 70s, like original toys. So, when I catch up with him, who knows? Alright, now for the cool find from Goodwill. And I'm so surprised somebody else didn't grab this. Kid, adult, whatever. I'm surprised it was just sitting there out in the open. It wasn't like it was buried under stuff hidden. This was sitting on the workbench that they have in back for where you can test out appliances and whatnot. So somebody grabbed it and set it there and maybe figured, oh, it's not worth the price, or maybe it's not working because no way to know until you hook this up to a TV. Otherwise, their loss. I had my 20% off discount that you send you in the mail if you're signed up with Goodwill, which anybody goes to Goodwill a lot, sign up for their newsletter or whatever, they will send you one each month for 20% off as long as you spend $20 or more. As they had this for $24.95 and it knocked it down to just under $20, $19.50 or whatever. So anyways, got a Sega Genesis Model 3 in the box. And as you can see, man, the box is in really good shape. Even after, as I did retape the end here, as some of it was starting to fray on the cardboard, so just to keep it nice and then just open it from the good end. As usual, they had freaking tape wrapped around it and stuff, so I just carefully peeled it off without destroying anything, which Goodwill's just great for that. Otherwise, really minty looking. And I had to get online to see exactly, because it was kind of throwing me, because the original systems for the Model 2 and the Model 1 did not come with an AV cable. It just came with the standard RF for the older TVs. This one came with an AV cable, but I've got the instructions for this and the instructions for a Model 2 Genesis, so I think what they did is just make a switcheroo. So I don't know what they were replacing what with. Otherwise, already got one, so no big deal on that. And let's see. Big map-sized instruction manual for it. Which really not much to this little thing. Y'all complained about them making that Wii Mini where they just stripped it down to just playing the disc to nothing else. This! They've done it before. Same thing, man. They stripped it down to where all it does is play the cartridges. But on the cartridges, I'm yet to find somebody showing it in a video. But supposedly this thing can play Japanese carts. I'll point it out to you on the top of the system, but it has to do with the cart door. They changed it up a bit so Japanese carts will fit this. Doesn't have the little indentations that you see on the previous models. And unfortunately, I've got a Japanese Model 1 Genesis or Mega Drive or whatever. I just don't have any Japanese games. So, assuming this came with it, or maybe this came with the Model 2. Otherwise, showing the 6-button control pad, then that totally not awesome activator, and then the 6-button arcade stick, which freaking rocks. I have one of them, and then an original Genesis control pad. So I'm wondering if this came with the Model 2 and they just stuck it in there. Otherwise, Always cool to have some of the literature. And let's see, kind of did this. Oh wait, no, this is like a book, I think. Nope, it unfolds. Same thing. Model 2 manual there. And then, unfortunately, no loose carts, but I've got the manuals. I got to go through my boxed games and see if I have any of these in the box. I think I have one of them maybe, otherwise the others are loose, but cool to have the manuals. And they're like freaking new. Got one for Lion King, Sonic and Knuckles, and then Sonic 3. This didn't originally come with the game. It's just a core system. And I think it's sold originally for about 50 bucks. Yeah, I think when I looked it up on Wikipedia, that was the original price, was about 50 bucks. So it was a budget system, and then they just knocked the price really fast on it. I don't remember seeing these in any of my stores around here. But then I'm in Kingman, Arizona area, and I can't remember when they quit selling this. I think it came out in '98. Let me see. Yeah, made by Modesto Sales Incorporated. This is what's funny, man. Buddy bitches about China. We wouldn't have any freaking toys if we didn't get stuff from China. I agree we need to start making our own stuff, but if we just outright stop buying from China, you're not going to have any toys. It's a game deck assembled in Mexico, control pad made in China, AC adapter made in Taiwan, AV cable made in China. It's literally a sticker stuck on there because it's just confusing. Let's see, where's the goddamn date? Yeah, 1998 for this. This was the last system they made. And I said, man, I do not remember seeing this in the stores. It must not have sold good at all. And the back of it, really pushing the little kid games. Otherwise, which really tells me this was adult owned. And this game is mint condition. Unfortunately not worth much, but mint condition. Just doesn't have the plastic wrap on it. Caesar's Palace. Cart looks just as good, and I got the manual slipped in behind it. The manual's like freaking perfect. So, this game did not get played much. Let's show you the system here and what they changed. Back end tilted up here. Let's see, god damn this freaking lighting. This is why I don't do vids out here that often, man. Just don't have the lighting. Anyways, just bear with me. The top flat on a Model 1 and Model 2 Genesis on the corners. Let's see. Go ahead and take out this cart. See on the cartridge there, towards just got the corners kind of cut out. They're not rounded off. That's the difference. Original Model 1 and Model 2, they got the little indentations on the flap, so just this size cart will fit. If you try and put in a Japanese cart for Mega Drive or a Euro cart for Mega Drive, you're going to have problems until you take a Dremel and just cut out that little amount of space on the flaps. So I'm yet to see anybody try it, but that's the diff on this. They left it all rounded off. Oh, come on. Just too damn dark. There. You can kind of see it. It's all rounded off instead of cut out there to fit a Japanese cart or whatever. All I've heard is that it plays Japanese carts, supposedly. I'm assuming that also goes for Mega Drive, so there must not be a chip in here or whatever to block that out. But then some of the older games, I noticed for American Genesis, they will play on the Japanese Mega Drive, like Altered Beast and stuff. But once you start getting into the later games, where they put it in the cardboard boxes, it had come up and just said, this is for this country only. Region, whatever. I don't think it's got the region chip in it. Otherwise, yeah. Once again, can't see for crap. A little area there, just power supply port and then AV cable. This one only puts out in mono. No cost cutting there, like I say. If anybody tried hooking it up, they wouldn't know if it was working or not. That tells you it's on there. It's just painted red there. And then your reset. Ports to the front. Yeah. It's hard to show here. There. That's the best angle, man. Otherwise, this thing is mint. There's not a scratch on it, so this system's going to stay in the boxes. I already have a couple of these that are working, so don't need to have this one out to play. Also, just like the system, just looks very, very unused. There. That's what the original controller looks like. And right there in line with the 3 buttons is a switch to where you can have it at normal, turbo, or slow motion, and below that is your black mode button and a blue start button. So if you guys find one of these loose that looks like this, so just my lighting sucks here, but yeah, the button closest to the 3 large buttons is blue for your start. This is for the Model 3. And then the power supply for this one is the model MK1479. I think I'd have to look at it. I think this one's a little bit smaller than the final ones they did for the Model 2. The Model 2, it's like I've got enough of them that I've just got stowed away to where once I find enough parts and pieces, sell them later on or whatever. They're buried in my garage or pile of infinite shit. Anyways, the original one was kind of close to the size of the original Model Genesis one, and then they started shrinking it down. Otherwise, this one is 10 volt DC, 0.3 amps, which would be not much. I believe that would be 300 milliamps. And positive to the center of the post there, that's the little hole at the end of it, and then the outside is negative. Otherwise, on these, you're better off finding yourself an original power supply. And like I said, I think they took the AV cable out and used it for the Model 2. So I got a brand new RF one here, which is going to stay that way. So, and on the price this thing's going for boxed, anytime I get on eBay, I go into the sold listings, not into the stuff that's for sale now, because some of the prices on stuff are just freaking insane. Like, how much weed did you smoke before you placed that freaking item online, and where did you buy it, and can I get some? Because this is just crazy. But I've seen this one for damn near mint, like hardly unplayed or whatever, where everything's still packaged up, going for over 100 sometimes, and the sold listings, and then sometimes it's like freaking price I paid and just up. So it just jumps all over. So I think that's the only thing it's got going for it, is it can supposedly play Japanese games. Otherwise, if you guys want a Genesis, try and definitely find the original one that says high-def graphics. Otherwise, either the original or the Model 2, where you can hook it up to the CD systems and whatnot. I did hear this one can be modified to work with the 32X, but I don't know what you have to do to it. I just heard that. Which no need for doing that on me, so I got one already hooked up to a Model 2. So, 30 minutes, long enough. I've been dealing with a lot of my chronic pain lately, so I don't know when I'm going to do another vid. I was just doing this just to take my mind off of it for a bit. I don't know why I'm having it hit me worse lately, but sometimes I just have a bad day, so... I'll have another vid up soon. As speaking of the guy that had the Star Wars stuff, I did get some vintage 70s electronic toys and whatnot from him. And then the lady that runs the thrift store in town that I got my Coleco Atom computer from, got a couple of toys from her. One of them, really cool to have again. I had it when I was a kid, back in the 70s. Just really cool toy. Not complete. There's missing a few little parts, but I don't care. I probably would have lost them anyways. One of them definitely. I remember losing it when I was at some relatives or whatever on vacation, but really freaking cool. So once I get everything tested out, as it's having problems and I want to see if I can fix it, I will show that stuff in another vid. So catch y'all later.